Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Green, and this is your pre-cal lesson on the law of sines. So we're taking up a new topic in Unit 5. It's still dealing with the trig applications. Remember, we're looking at triangles. We're looking at triangles that are wrong triangles. They're not right triangles, okay? And so here's an example of the law of sines. I've got two people, Alice and Beatrice. They're 100 feet apart, and they're wanting to know how far it is from Alice to the top of this tower and from Beatrice to the top of this tower. Well, you know what? We're going to show how we can do this with the law of sines, okay? The law of sines deals with a ratio and then setting up a proportion because all the ratios will be equal. And what we say is the value of the sine of an angle, A, divided by the side opposite, A, should give you a ratio, okay? This ratio will be consistent for all three angles that are in the triangle, okay? A, B, and C, like that. And it doesn't matter if it's a wrong triangle or an obtuse triangle or an acute triangle or a right triangle, that law of sines will hold true every single time. If you look at it from a right triangle perspective, what you're looking at here is basically the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, hypotenuse, hypotenuse. And then so it works out very, very easily, or 1 over the hypotenuse is what you're going to be looking at every single time. It works very easily. So remember when we were doing some of this stuff, we looked at a tree, and that there was a tree example where you could find the height of the tree based upon how long the shadow was, and you could figure out, with a right triangle and the angle and all this other stuff. Well, the problem is the wind blows every once in a while. And so the tree isn't at a 90-degree angle any longer. And how can you figure out the height of the tree at this point? This is why we have this law of sines. It helps us work with this. Now remember on the law of cosines, we were dealing with, when we had all three sides, we could find the angles. And when we were dealing with an included angle, we could find the other side, okay? Well, when we're dealing with one side and two angles, or two angles and one side, and any combination thereof, we can use the law of sines. And it works out that we just set up those proportions. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Here I've got a 108 angle, and I don't know side B. So sine 108 divided by B will be equal to, well, we know this angle, but we don't know A, do we? But we can find C here. How can I find angle C? Well, I can add 108 and 26, and I will get 134. Subtracting that from 180, I will be able to get 6, and 7 minus 3 is a 4. 46-degree angle here. 46 degrees. Now I can say that the sine of 46 degrees divided by 5. See how these are equal to each other? Now it's just a matter of means and extremes. I multiply and then I divide, and what I'll wind up with is that I'll wind up with B equal to 5 times the sine of 108 divided by the sine of 46 degrees. I'm going to bring up my calculator here, and I'm just going to do that on my calculator real quickly. Okay, I'm going to clear it all out. I'm going to say 5 times the sine of 108, parenthesis, divided by sine of 46 degrees, and I will get an answer of 6.61 equals 6.61. That's what side B is going to be, 6.61. Now, if I wanted to find side A, I could do the same thing with it. I could set up sine 108 over 6.61 is equal to the sine of 26 divided by, whoops, my thing didn't 26 divided by side A. Now I can do the same cross multiplication, same thing that I was doing before, right? And I will get 6.61 sine 26 divided by sine 108, and I will get what side A is located as. So once again, bringing up my calculator, I would say 6.61 times sine 26 divided by sine 108, parenthesis, and I get 3.05. 3.05. So this one is 3.05, and I think we have found all three angles and all three sides. Okay? You see how I'm using the law of sines there? Okay, we don't need that. I do appreciate you letting me know that you are in pre-cal when you send me K-mails. I look forward to seeing you in Class Connect or in tutoring if you're having any issues. Talk to you later. Bye.